All right. Hi, guys. Miss Rice here. Today, I'm just going to go over the All About Me questionnaire for our ELA homework and the Harry Potter quiz. So that's going to include some vocabulary words that I'll explain and some examples that I'll show. So I'm just going to share my screen. I'll just do this one. All right, so our first question is, what do you love or what are you most proud of? Something that I love is I love to read books, or I love my family. I'm most proud of graduating college. I'm really proud of that. I'm really excited about that. Number 2 is, when are you at your best as a person? When are you best as a student? When are you best as a friend, a brother, or a sister? So I said, I am at my best when I am helping my sister. I think that is the best version of myself. Number 3 is, how do you respond when you're challenged in a class? So when something gets hard or when something gets difficult in a class, how do you respond? What do you do? So for example, when I am challenged, I usually ask for help. Some people also say that they, easily give up, or sometimes they take a step back and plan and then try again. So it's different for everyone. What do you need from me to be successful this year? So what can I, Miss Rice, or Mr. Yoder, or Miss Renna help you to do to be successful this year, to succeed or be good in this class? I said, for example, I need a teacher who can challenge me. I know for myself, sometimes I get bored in class. And so when something is interesting, or when a teacher is really pushing me, I know that I can accomplish or complete the assignment, which is helpful. Number 5 is, what do you think it means to understand something? Do you best understand something if you read directions, hear the directions, or do the directions once yourself? So what do you think it means to understand something? And so I answered, I think understanding something means to know a lot about the topic. Personally, I understand something if I do it first. So if I practice myself, then I can understand it more. Some people are better at understanding things when they read or when they hear something being explained to them. So which one is it for you? What should school do for you? So what is the purpose of school for you? What do you get out of school, of being in school? For example, school can help me with goal setting. So they can help me achieve what I want. Or school should teach me, or school should help me realize who I am, kind of help me grow. Those are just some examples. Number 7 is, what should you do with your knowledge? This one's a good one. This one is kind of a thinker. What should you do with all the stuff that you know about? Because you know a lot of things. So what should you do with it? How can you apply that to your life? Number 8, are you a picky reader? Do you like very specific books, or do you kind of like all books? What are your strengths as a reader? So what do you do well as a reader? I would say that I am a picky reader. I like books with mystery or historical fiction, very specific types or genres of books. And then, what do you do well as a reader? Can you picture things in your mind well? Can you read for a long time? Do you read very complex books, very simple books. Number 9 is, who are your heroes and why? So who do you look up to? For me, I guess I look up to my parents. I think they're good people. That's probably my why. They have helped me become the person that I am. That would be my why. That's an important one. 10, what do you want to learn about this year? What are you curious about? What can a person do with curiosity? So for the first question, what do you want to learn about this year? So in ELA, what would you like to learn about? Is it learning more English? Is it learning how to read complex sentences or hard sentences? Is it learning how to write really long papers? Is it learning how to improve your tone or something like that? What are you curious about? So in the realm of, I guess, academics or anything really, what are you curious about? What would you like to learn about in school? And what can a person do with curiosity? So when you want to learn something or you are wondering about something, that is curiosity. So what can a person do with wonder, with thinking? Number 11, when are you most creative? Why do you think that might be? So when are you most creative? Is it when you're writing? Is it when you're alone? Is it when you have paint in front of you? Is it when you're with your family? And why do you think that might be? Number 12, what do you want me to know about you? What should I be asking you, but I'm not? So the me in this situation would be Miss Rice, myself, or Mr. Yoder, or Miss Renna. So what do you want me to know about you? I know you are all unique individuals, so I would like to know everything I possibly can about you. But what should I be asking you that I'm not? Number 13, do you think you are a good student, a good learner? Is there a difference? So do you think you are a good student? It's a yes or no question. A good learner, again, a yes or no question. And then is there a difference? So is there a difference between being a student, and a learner? Is there? I don't know. Number 14, what do you like to read? I don't know. Do you like to read? That's another question, I guess. When is your favorite time, or where is your favorite place to read? Who is your favorite author? So an author is someone who writes a book. So do you have a favorite person do you have a favorite writer? Are you your favorite writer? Do you write books? Stuff like that to think about. All right. All right, now we're going to go over the Harry Potter quiz for Mr. Yoder. This one is a little bit specific to the Harry Potter series. So there are a lot of words dealing with the magical universe. So I have some pictures that I have that I can point out during this recording that might be helpful. But a lot of the words and the vocabulary used will go along with the Harry Potter series. So if you haven't read that, this might be a little confusing, but Mr. Yoder and Miss Renna and myself are big Harry Potter fans. It's a great book series. So I'm just going to go share my screen again. And then I will walk us through the Harry Potter questions. And I'll be doing this myself, so maybe we can do this alongside each other. All right. What would you least like to be called? Ignorant, or not knowing a lot of things, cowardly, being afraid of a lot of things. Selfish, only thinking about yourself and no one else. Or ordinary, nothing special. So for me, personally, I would not like to be called probably selfish, not thinking about others, only thinking about myself. The second question is, when you are dead, what do you want people to do? What do you want people to do when they think of you? Interesting. Okay, so the first one is miss me and smile, think of my achievements, tell stories about my adventures, or I don't care what people think of me when I'm dead. It's when I'm alive that counts. So I think for me, I would like people to tell stories about my adventures. Question 3, when I'm dead, I want people to remember me as the good, the great, the wise, or the bold. And the bold kind of means like brave or daring, taking risks. I think I would like people to remember me as the great. If you could make a potion or a drink that would guarantee you one thing, what would it be? Would it be love, glory, wisdom, or power? I think for me, if one potion could guarantee me one thing, I think wisdom would be a good one. Be wise, be intelligent, be smart. 4 goblets or cups are placed before you. Which do you drink? The golden potion that gives off bright sunspots that dance around the room, a silvery, glittery potion that sparkles as if containing ground diamonds, a thick potion that smells of plums and chocolate, or a black inky potion that gives off fumes that make you see strange visions or see strange things. I think for me, a golden or a yellow drink that gives off bright sunspots, I would choose that one. Which instrument is most pleasing to your ear? A violin, a piano, drums, or a trumpet? I think for me, drums, I'm learning how to play the drums. So for me, it would be, I would choose drums. They're most pleasing to my ear. You enter a magical garden. What do you look at first? A luminous or light-filled pool with something in its depths, a statue with a twinkling eye, a silver tree with golden apples, or talking toadstools. Toadstools are also mushrooms, yeah. I think I would be drawn to the luminous pool with something in its depths, in the deep end. 4 boxes are set before you. Which one do you open? A plain jet black box with a silver rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. So Merlin was a wizard. And so this is just an ordinary black box with a kind of a silver marking that belonged to this great wizard. A golden box with carved feet that warns of secret knowledge and unbearable temptation that lurks within. A plain pewter box, so a plain silver box or gray box that says, I open only for the worthy. Or a tortoiseshell box. So a tortoiseshell is kind of like brownish, reddish. That sounds like something living is squeaking inside. I think I would choose the golden box, or I think I would choose the gray box that says I open only for the worthy. What smell is most appealing to you? The smell of home, the smell of sea, the fresh parchment or paper, or a log fire. For me, it's a log fire. Okay, so a troll or a monster breaks into the headmaster's study. Order the following items in the order that you would save them. So your task is you're going into the headmaster or the principal's office, and you need to save these 3 items. So dragonpox cure. So dragonpox is kind of a sickness in the Harry Potter world that the headmaster has almost completed. Student records going back 1,000 years, or a book of indecipherable or kind of confusing runes or images, markings, thought to have been owned by Merlin, this great wizard. So would you save the cure first, the book first, or the records first? Cure, records, then book, book first, cure, then records, book first, records, then cure, records first, cure, then book? Or would you save the records first, the book second, or the cure last? There are a lot of options. I think I would probably save the cure first, the book second, and then the records last. What would you rather be? Would you rather be trusted, liked, praised, feared, envied, or imitated? Imitated also means copied. Envied means people are jealous of you or they want to be you. I think I would rather be probably liked. All right, which of the following do you have the most trouble dealing with? Do you have trouble dealing with hunger, being ignored, the cold, boredom, or loneliness? I think I have the most trouble with boredom. If you could have a superpower, which would you choose? Would you want to read minds, be invisible, change the past, change your appearance or the way you look, talk to animals, or have super strength, be super strong? I think I would want to probably talk to animals, or yeah, talk to animals. I think that would be cool. Which of the following would you most like to study? A centaur, who is, I actually have pictures of this in my Google Drive. So I can find this, hopefully. I can have a picture of it. Okay, so question 14. A centaur. A centaur is a half human, half horse. Merpeople or mermaids, half human, half fish. Ghosts, which is ghosts. This is a ghost. Werewolves, so humans that change into wolves. Vampires. This is a vampire, blood-sucking kind of monster. Okay. goblins. This is a goblin, kind of a small creature. And finally, a troll. This is kind of a troll. It kind of looks like a larger goblin. So these are all fake monsters in the Harry Potter universe. So which of the following would you most like to study? So I would probably like to study probably werewolves. I think that would be cool, probably scary. All right. Which subject at Hogwarts would you be most interested in studying? So instead of having, English, math, social studies, and science like we do, Hogwarts has magic classes. So the first one is everything. I'd like to learn about everything at Hogwarts. Apparition, which is the ability to move from one place to another in a blink of an eye, so really, really quickly. Hexes or jinxes, so spells or magic. Secrets about the castle. Transfiguration, which is kind of like transformation, or changing one thing into another, so changing maybe a cup into a cat. Broom flying, so flying on a broom. Or the care of magical creatures, the care of magical animals. I think I would be most interested in studying probably flying on a broom or being able to fly. All right. You and your friends need to cross a bridge that is guarded by a river troll. He insists that one of you fight him before you can cross. What do you do? Do you confuse the troll? Do you have all three of you fight without telling the troll? Volunteer to fight or draw lots to see who fights? I think my friends and I would have the best chance if all three of us fought together. All right. You know that a fellow house member cheated on a test. You got the second highest grade in the class. Your housemate was the highest. Professor Flitwick, who's a professor, kind of like a teacher, confronts you and asks if they were cheating. What do you do? So basically, imagine if you were taking a class in ELA from Mr. Yoder and you got the second highest, like you came in second for your grade, but one of your classmates got the highest, but you know that they were cheating. And Mr. Yoder comes to you and asks, hey, did this student cheat on their test? How do you respond? What do you do? You tell Professor Flitwick, or the teacher, the truth. If your classmate is willing to come in first by cheating, he deserves to be found out. You'll make up the house points your classmate loses by coming in first. Tell Professor Flitwick to ask your classmate, and tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will. Lie and say you don't know, but hope he finds out somehow. Or if you knew someone was cheating, you wouldn't wait for Flitwick to ask you. You'd tell him before the test started. This is a hard one. I think I'd tell Professor Flitwick the truth. I think honesty is the best policy. Which path do you take? Do you take a twisting, leafy path through the woods, a dark, lantern-lit alley, a wide, sunny, grassy path, or a cobblestone street lined with ancient buildings? I think I would take the twisty, leafy path through the woods. Which nightmare would scare you most? None of your friends or family know who you are. Being trapped in a dark room with an eye peering at you through a keyhole. Being caught up high with no handholds. being forced to speak in a funny voice so that everyone laughs at you. I think none of my family or friends would know who I am. I think that would be pretty scary for me. All right, 2 more. You're walking down the street late at night and you hear a cry that you're fairly sure has a magical source. What do you do? Withdraw into the shadows or kind of stay behind, reviewing offensive and defensive spells that might be appropriate. So practicing different sorts of magic that might help you. Draw your wand or take out your wand and try to discover the source of the crime. Proceed with caution, keeping your hand on your still concealed wand, or still hidden wand, or draw your wand and stand your ground. I think I would draw my wand and stand my ground. A muggle, so that's a non-magical person, approaches you, comes towards you, and says, "You're a wizard." How do you react? You ask them why they think so. You agree and offer a sample of some magic. Agree and walk away, bluffing. Or express your concern and offer to call a mental hospital. I think I would agree and walk away, lying. Bluffing is also lying. If you could pick any house to be sorted into, which would you pick? Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw? And then I'll let the sorting hat decide where I should be. All right, I think I should be in Gryffindor. View my results. Let's see what house I got. So at the end, when you find your, okay, it says I got Gryffindor. All right, so now that I know my house, I'm going to email Miss Renna, and I'm going to email Miss Renna with my house, and she'll group me in with my other classmates who are also in my house. All right, if you have any questions, I know that was long, but if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at crice@stringtheoryschools.org, and I'll help you out. All right, perfect. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.